Before getting into today's episode, we'd like to thank Mac Performance PT for sponsoring the Walk On Pod. For more on their services and contact information, click the link in our Instagram bio where you will be led to their website. Mac Performance PT, helping Sacramento athletes live life without limits. Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. I'm Luke Avdalovich. Tommy Ball is dancing in the top left of the screen, and Jared Waters is back in the garage. Fellas, thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Good
this is what
vibes
we
tonight.
do.
Good vibes.
This is what we do. This is what we
Feeling
do. We
good.
make it happen.
I'm on a computer right now. Shout out to my travel roommate, Case Peterson, for supplying a MacBook for me tonight. That's why I'm on a computer, not my phone with my headphones in. So, the vibes are high right now, fellas.
Hey, we got a
The
full
vibes are
screen
high.
James. We got a full screen James. We don't get that often around here.
It's always a good feeling.
And we
Oh,
can
yeah.
see the
Good
wall
feeling.
decor. It's nice.
Yeah. The Hyatt over here, Colorado Springs.
Look at that. Look at that. It doesn't get
Good
much better
vibes.
than that. I mean, there's the garage, so you know what I'm saying? Like to each its own. I guess is the best way to put it.
To a funny story about
Yeah.
the garage. I don't know if you noticed that right there is Amanda's wedding dress in a box.
Wow.
That's big time for the Walk On Pod right
Nice. Amanda, I know you don't listen, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, she thinks Sienna's gonna wear it someday. She doesn't know.
there. You never know.
I don't know what he's alluding to there, but
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Let's just keep the program rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Let's get into our weekly scouting reports. Who are we starting this week? Who are we sitting this week? It's a big week in sports. There's a lot going on, fellas. This could be taking a lot of different directions. Tommy, I believe you kicked us off last week, no?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if I did, but Jared's ready, so.
I'll go first. Well, today was trade deadline for the NBA.
Mhm.
I know
Was.
it's a big weekend for football, but I'm saying in the present, and I have a sit this week, and I'd like to
Nice.
sit all the bubble teams in the NBA that didn't make a move. Just accepting mediocrity. I feel like you got to go all in, man. I feel like if you're right there sitting at the 4 seed or sitting at the 5 seed, I feel
A lot of
like
teams did not make a move.
yeah. I mean, this was probably Woj's most calm trade deadline he's had in a really long time. No stars removed.
That's what I was
I
gonna
was
say.
surprised.
I feel like all the
I
moves
was
that were
there was a
made-
lot of chatter. Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
lot of chatter before, but nothing. Nobody. None of the big pieces moved, and I think some of the teams that needed to make a move didn't. And I don't know. I feel like I can't tell if that's them having confidence in turning it around or them having confidence in just getting better with the group that they have, or just like convincing themselves that yeah, we're probably not going to beat the Clippers or the Nuggets or the Celtics, so let's just acquire draft picks, because that was the other thing that happened. A lot of the teams just they got draft like teams were just literally swapping draft picks.
Well, that was
Do you have a team in specific that you're talking about?
There's like 4 or 5 that I think
Yeah.
should have made a move, and this isn't like me. I don't. That's why I just said teams in general, because I didn't want to like pick one team and bag on one
That's fair.
team, but
That's fair.
like just from an objective perspective, the Kings did nothing. They should have done something. The Lakers didn't do anything. They needed to do something. The Warriors needed to do something. They did nothing. I feel like the Bucks did something that didn't really help them.
Who did they trade again?
I was like,
they got
Pat
Bev,
Bev
right?
for
Yeah.
campaign.
And
But, like, my
they
thing
got
is,
off
like
Lopez. Like
yeah, they got Lopez for some money, but like I asked, someone was asking me this question, like, oh, you don't think that's a good deal? I was like, in a 7-game series against the Celtics, is Patrick Beverly playing in the last 8 minutes of the game? No.
Never. No.
Right? So it's like you're not going to play him and Dame at the same time, and Dame's going to be in the game. So it's like that doesn't really, to me, that didn't really make any sense. Everybody was really, from Twitter, just Twitter, everybody's really surprised the Bulls didn't do anything. And then Kelly Olynyk going to the Raptors, like that was just like, I thought Kelly Olynyk was going to move to like a contender, and that was essentially
that was
Kelly
weird.
Olynyk for a first round pick. That's like Danny Ainge acquiring first round picks. I think
I think
I think the Knicks were really the only team that made a hard push.
Yeah.
That's all I was gonna say. The Knicks
They're
made a
loaded.
hard push.
They were
Yeah.
loaded.
Like even the Mavs pickup, like I mean, I guess PJ Washington is like an
He's good.
upgrade. Yeah, he's good. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not trying to be negative towards anybody, but yeah, I just feel like there's some other teams that just like that didn't really it just they're just kind of like sitting in neutral, I guess.
The Knicks got some bucket getters. Those were two really good players that they got.
Yeah, and didn't lose much.
Mm-mm. So they got like Quentin Grimes and
Got rid of Quinn Grimes, Evan Fournier, who hasn't been playing, and then
Fournier.
Malachi Flynn.
Yeah, and they got two guys
Um,
that can score 20 a night, any given
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just think I think Gordon Hayward going to OKC, that's like an interesting pick. Like, but I don't even know if he's healthy. I was telling Luke earlier, like I don't even know if he's been playing. I don't watch Charlotte Hornet games, so
I don't follow the Hornets at all.
Beats me.
uh
Uh,
I feel like the Pelicans probably should have made a move or done something because they kind of have a log jam at
yeah, where
positions.
even are they in the seating? Are they playing
I
right
think
now?
they're sitting like I think they want to say they're seventh, maybe. They're
Yeah,
sitting somewhere in the playing situation. But yeah, so
it's
I'm just sitting the idea of just I don't know. I just don't I feel like you gotta go one way or the other. You either gotta go all in or you gotta like tank it.
right.
New Orleans is sixth.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised there were. I thought the Kings were
Yeah.
going to make a
Like
move for
even
sure.
Phoenix didn't do anything to their bench. Like
Yeah, Denver. I thought Denver could have made a move to try to just get better, but they didn't
yeah.
either. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was kind of a
Yeah.
quiet year.
Yeah, quiet. Well, for all the chatter that was happening, it was very quiet.
Just a lot of jabs. No, there was no knockout punch. There was nothing,
Oh.
nothing that really shook the
Mhm.
surface.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good talk though. Good talk though. That was real podcast host like of you to bring that topic up during our segment. Tommy, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and reel mine off here to kind of
go ahead,
change
man.
this up a
Go
little bit.
ahead.
So I gotta start. As we all know,
Nice.
The Waste Management Phoenix Open started today, and it was postponed due to rain delay in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. Um, I just want to give a start to the fans of the Waste Management Open, the Phoenix Open, because this is notoriously the big time party tournament. You know, the fans come out, they have a great time. It's always sunny in Arizona, all that. Day one, you come out and it's bad weather. It's real mopey out there. But if you were watching at all, these people were still going crazy. They were still packing the stands. They were still probably drunk. They were still having a great time. And I just feel like
Definitely.
for 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 the narrative that's kind of pushed of the fan base of not only golf but that tournament in general, it was kind of like pretty eye opening that like it's basically the way that diehard fans would act to go to a bad football game or
Yeah.
bad traffic to get to a game in LA
That's
or something
actually
like that.
a safer drunk. You won't get dehydrated that way.
I mean, if you, I doubt they were thinking like that, but I guess that's one way to put it. But I
At least
think
I don't
it's
have
more.
Probably the
to
last
pack
thing on
extra
their
water.
mind.
I really think it's
I don't
kind of
think
a
that's what they were
testament.
thinking about, but
Yeah,
I like Dad Jared talking right there. That was good dad talk.
it's either Dad Jared or a different Jared that we
No, I
don't
think
need
that's
to
a
get
great.
into
That's a
tonight.
yeah. There's only it's Jekyll and Hyde. You never know what you're getting.
But I think it's also a testament to
That's a good start. I like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's a testament to the game of golf, also the way that it's growing, because like you have fans that are willing to be quote unquote diehard fans for the sport, and like you weren't gonna see that
Yeah.
probably before COVID. Honestly, I feel like that was a big turning point for the sport. So I thought
Yeah.
it was dope to watch today. I caught a little bit of it before the rain or hail delay, whatever it was, happened. But again, and it was funny. They were talking on the broadcast. They were like, "Yeah, it's bad weather out here." They had Ricky Fowler all hooded up and like, and they were like, "It's 60 degrees in Arizona, man. Like, it's not that bad." But like, all in perspective, I guess. Like it wasn't Lambeau Field, but for the people of the Waste Management Phoenix
Yeah,
Open,
yeah.
that was pretty harsh weather for them. So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, what was the wind chill at that Chiefs game? Like
oh,
negative
jeez,
50, and guys are out here.
But like I said, I think it's all perspective, and for what it's worth, I think it was pretty cool to see, and it'll be an exciting tournament. This is kind of really like the kickoff. Like the Masters is truly like when it's
Yeah.
truly golf season in my mind, but this is kind of when like it really turns on in my head. Like PGA Tour is about to
It's
get
been
going.
yeah. It's been fun. It's been fun, man. I've been watching more golf in the last probably 2 months than I have ever. And like, dude, watching Wyndham Clark go for 60 last week was just, oh man, that was epic. So it's like a
It's
fun
got my
time.
it's got my juices flowing, man. I'm ready.
Yeah, it's got fun. It's a fun time. Tom, what you got?
All right. Before I go into mine, I remember I didn't start or sit a tennis player that week, but we had a little mini conversation about the Australian Open, who was going to win it. Just want to pull my receipts back. I predicted Yannick Sinner was going to win it, and he went down 2 sets to Medvedev and came back and won it. So got to toot my horn a little bit there.
Does Tommy know ball?
Sinner's first slam win. So shout out to that. Congratulations to him as well. He's definitely going to be in the mix for a lot of the slams this year. But I will focus on what's coming up this weekend, guys. And I'm going to sit what the Super Bowl has become.
Good conversation.
I'm not a fan. Yeah, I
Been waiting
don't
for the
know
Tommy
how
Ball
you guys feel
soapbox.
about it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's not even about the football game happens and it's great every time. Like we all love it, but it's not even about the football anymore. Like the media has just overtaken everything the Super Bowl is. It's about the commercials. It's about like kickoff is at 3 o'clock, say, but the game doesn't actually start till probably 3:20, like because they're running all their ads that they need to run. I'm sure we'll be seeing more Taylor Swift than we need to be seeing on Sunday. Like I just I want to enjoy the sport for what the sport is, not all the side distractions. And I think the Super Bowl has just become all about the money making business, and I get that that's what it is, but as an avid sport lover and fan, it just bothers me, and that's how I feel about it. That's my sit for the week. I'm
I
sitting what the
think
Super Bowl has
I
become.
think I think that's a really good sit. I also think I agree with you. It's become 100% more about the people rather than the game. And then second, I feel like it's just it's often a very anticlimactic way to end the season. Like
Yeah.
we've
Mm-hmm.
gotten lucky the past few years with some good games. I'll say that. But even then, it just feels like you especially like how exciting championship weekend is. Like last weekend was exciting football for both of them. And we're gonna go like you're gonna go into
Dude,
Super Bowl
it's the
Sunday
Dude,
buzz,
2 weeks
with
and
off,
it's
dude. 2 weeks
football.
off is dumb.
yeah, not to mention. I mean, we talked.
It is.
Tommy and I had the Pro Bowl discourse on a separate group chat.
Oh,
The
I don't even want to talk about that. That's not even
yeah,
a real
this
thing.
yeah,
That's
Yeah,
we
like
can
literally just throw that
it's a
out, dude.
joke.
Just throw that
exactly.
out.
It's
It's
such
a
a
Madden
joke.
game at this point. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like
It's
just throw it
just
out.
like you get that huge high from championship weekend. Like great
And then you just
football. A
wait
lot
2
of
weeks.
we're sitting here and we're gonna sit here and watch commercials and Usher at halftime. Like I don't know, man. I'm just not like it's just
No,
anticlimactic to me.
you know what? It's funny.
And halftime's like
Th-
35 minutes. Like the players,
Yeah.
that's a new game. Like
Yeah.
it's just
I think it's like it's the other, I think it's a really good that's a really good point too, Luke, is that I think that's like my biggest my not like with my biggest gripe why I really don't like college football. Cuz like the Final Four is like a whole month
right.
or like 3 weeks or whatever it is from when the season ends. And it's like for football it's like or any sport, right?
Yeah, it
Like
is a
momentum
month.
is
It's an
huge.
entire month.
Like momentum is such a big deal to me. Like in sports, especially at that time, like who's hot and who's not,
Yep.
right? And it's
George
like
Kittle actually just said that after the Lions game. He said, whoever, like whatever analytics people say momentum isn't real, like you
yeah,
can shove
dude,
it
what?
because if you watch that game,
Yeah, like if that game was played last Sunday, dude, the Niners would be so dialed.
Yeah.
After coming back and winning
mhm,
that game and how they played in that second half and
Yeah, it's
stuff
hard
like
to
that, and
ride.
like,
It's hard to ride that high for 2 straight weeks, like going into this game.
mhm,
yeah, like what I mean, for like to not sound like an idiot, but like, bro, what the hell are you gonna do for 2 weeks? Like, you got
Sit there and
practice for
answer
2 weeks?
media
You're
yeah,
not gonna
questions.
practice because it's like,
it's just I was just gonna say like this week
yeah,
is literally just a media week. Like what?
but that's what I'm like, bro, like, well, like, it's like, okay, we're 22 weeks into the season, like, bro, we're not gonna run into each other. Like, we got one more game left. Like, what could you possibly do for 2 weeks that other than the coaches watching film and
Yeah,
coming up with a game plan, right? And like, yeah, I'm with you, Tom. And plus, the other thing I don't like is I think like football is just built for it though. Like
mhm,
football is built for the advertisement because what? It's 20 seconds to play, freaking a minute and a half off.
yeah,
Like it's just built for delay.
that's a good
Like,
point.
It's
like
literally in the
how
season.
else? Like it's literally there's a commercial spot for after every play
Yeah.
It's
because
just
like
tough.
there's
It's
so
just
much
tough.
time.
I feel like maybe it's just because I'm older and maybe you could hit on this more, Jerry. But I feel like 10 years ago it wasn't
The
this bad. Like
commercials,
it wasn't like this.
the commercials were like you could tell companies took it seriously and like really tried to make funny, quirky, like inventive commercials. But yeah, as far as like, I think, but we talked about this before. I don't want to go too far off a tangent, but like, the main culprit is ESPN.
Yeah.
That is the main problem. The main
And
problem is like because they need to generate buzz and clicks
clicks.
24/7. So
That's
we need to
that's
turn
exactly what I was
everything
gonna
into a
say.
special.
It's almost just
Yeah.
becoming watered down. Like there's just so
Yeah.
much
Like
media that is
I
required
don't
and it's just too much.
Yeah, like I don't remember. Like I mean, I wasn't big into football, but let's say 20 years ago, right? When I was 15. Like there wasn't like a whole week of shows. It was like maybe Thursday and Friday there was like prep. There probably was stuff going on at the arena or like players and stuff like that, but it wasn't like as soon as I turned my TV on, ESPN is doing some NFL Super Bowl prep from Monday to Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
so I think you're right about that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
agree with the
it's weird.
clicks take
And
too.
yeah, and no other sport is like this. Like no other sport's big games are like this.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I don't know. I get and football's way bigger than everything else, but like the World Cup, like they don't do anything like that. They
Boom,
just
boom.
play
Yeah.
their games when they get to the final. They play it on Sunday
Yeah,
and
and people love that.
get it over with.
Love that shit, man.
And that's the biggest soccer. Like whether you like it or not, that's
It's
the
the
biggest
most
sport in the
watched.
world.
It's most watched.
Yeah,
World Cup's most watched, dude. It's yeah. Messi winning the World Cup is like I don't know how many views it had, but like that had to be
yeah, it had to be record breaking.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
yeah. No,
but yeah,
that's a good sit,
that's my
Tom.
sit. That's
I
my
know
That's
sit.
the
With that being
saddest
said,
part.
I still am excited for the game. I'm excited for the
yeah. I
football
mean,
game.
I
you
think
have
it'll
to
be a good
be.
game.
But
I think it'll be a good game.
all right, so
Yeah.
let's do our picks. Let's take our
I
picks
think
right
that.
now. I mean, if you got something else to say, then go
Oh,
ahead.
okay.
Um,
No, I was just gonna say that it's just sad because I only think it's gonna get worse. That's all I was gonna say.
yeah, it is. It's
I
only
don't
gonna
think
get
there's like a
worse
solution.
with the way, with the trajectory of the
Everybody's just gonna be
media's.
watching it on their own headset. Everybody's gonna have
Exactly.
these big ass headset in front of them.
And unfortunately, we're not the podcast for this, so we'll move on.
Yeah.
With that being said, I think Shanahan gets over the hump. I think he finally gets the Lombardi and cements himself as a elite coach. And I think it's time. I think they get their revenge on the Chiefs.
Yeah, I've sat Patrick Mahomes last week. That was terrible. I mean, that didn't work out for me. But yeah, I'm going Niners. I have to go Niners. So
Yeah, I'd say I'd like the Niners to win. I think they can. Unfortunately, Pat Mahomes is now in the you can never bet him out category of
Mhm.
sports, and so that worries me. That worries me. And to be honest, the narrative worries me. If you look at sports in terms of the GOAT conversations, right when MJ retired, LeBron started his reign. right when Tom retired. Who's here? Who's here to pick up the slack? I mean, it's just gonna be too hard to
Pat
not
has
carry
been to
the
an
narrative.
AFC championship every single year.
It's just
If he wins,
he's
it's crazy.
automatically in the conversation, and so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say Niners because that's who I'm rolling for. So
I think I just hope, I really just hope that it's a good back and forth
Yeah.
game, not an ugly game. And I feel like with the team's offenses and the weapons, I feel like it will be a good back and forth game.
The 49ers definitely have the better team, and that's why they're the
100%.
favorite. But Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, and that's
He's the
why
best player.
that's
Yeah, he's
why
the
it's
best player.
going. That's why it's going to be closer. And the Chiefs
Tom
are
won
very
a lot
loaded.
of Super Bowls with a insufficient team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we can. Have that
What was it? What
conversation
was the year?
another time.
What was it? Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying.
What
Because, I mean,
was it?
people-
There was 1 year where it was like Dion. Was it Dion? Who was the receiver that got?
Deion,
No, it was Dion Branch. It wasn't Dion
I was
Branch.
going to say Deion Branch.
A receiver caught like a ton of catches from, and he ended up getting the Super Bowl MVP. Tom didn't even get it that year.
James White had a year where he had like 3
Maybe
touchdowns and
Yeah.
13 catches or something like that. He's a running
Yeah.
back.
Maybe it was him. I don't know. But anyways,
before we get into our starting five, since Tom wanted to pull up receipts, I'll also pull up receipts. If we fast forward back to, got to be a few months ago, and we talked about.
you mean
NFL
reverse?
Yeah, rewind back. Hey, I
Rewind.
don't need to pull up the time right now for the kid. We rewind back a few months ago when we had our NFL predictions. Someone on the podcast said Lamar Jackson MVP. I don't know who it was. But I think
Did he
that
win
was
MVP?
mentioned.
He
That,
did.
that man won MVP.
CMC should have won, bro.
He won Offensive Player of the Year. Just it's all good. It's all right. It's a QB dominated award.
Lamar Jackson won MVP. You know it's a quarterback award, bro.
Boo.
Quarterback award.
It's all right. Great transition.
Didn't I
Great
pick Joe Burrow?
Yeah,
Sheesh.
you did. You
Yeah.
did.
Let's
And
go.
Kirk Cousins.
Let's go.
Yeah. So Tom, great way to bring up the Super Bowl.
I'm excited for this one.
This is a good starting five. Because the Super Bowl, this is a championship for the NFL. We knew we were going to talk about it a little bit. We have starting five big game performers this week, and now it can span across all sports. We didn't want to limit it to any sport, but that is the starting five topic for this week. I am not going to go on my phone to check who won last week because I'm afraid the Zoom call will shut off. So we are just someone's going to have to take the reins. We're going to go with it.
I'm just gonna roll.
I'll let you guys go first. I want to go last. I'll take the turn.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Okay. I mean, I can go first then.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the.
Unless you want to, Luke.
I'll take the hump. It's fine.
You take the crap. Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm just kidding.
ready
I'll go
for it.
second. I'll go second.
No, I'll take second. I'll take second because I pick Lamar.
How about we
Jackson
go
as
by
MVP.
time? Wait, how about we go by time zones? If we go by time zones, then I will go first.
Yeah, I guess that is
Sure.
true.
So now I'm going
Yeah.
second. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
'Cause that's so cool.
Either
guys.
way, I win. You know what I mean?
I just deboed into the best spot. Let's
All
go.
right, go ahead, Tom. Tom, you got first. I get second, and then Luke will turn.
All right. Yeah. Point guard. This is easy pick for me. This is the facilitator of the squad. This is a guy who had a rep for not performing in big games for a very long time. And 2022 rolled around. We just talked about him on this podcast. And every single big game that they needed him to perform in, he stepped up and he either scored a goal or made a ridiculous play to assist a goal along every single game. And that's why I've got Messi. Got Messi at the point guard.
Nice pick.
He stamped his big game resume by performing in every single necessary big game. Like must win game against Mexico, and he scores the goal. Australia scores a goal. Croatia has an assist and a goal. I don't think he missed a penalty shot the whole cup. He did it, and he silenced everybody along the way. So that's my point guard.
That's nice.
Good pick.
I like that. At my point guard, the reason I'm putting this guy at my point guard, not necessarily from a size standpoint, but just pure dominance I need my point guard. The point guard dominates the ball. I need this guy to dominate his sport, his realm. And when this guy put red on Sundays, he really dominated. Give me Tiger. Tiger at the point.
I saw a
That's
stat.
my guy.
I saw a stat this week that said it said Scotty Scheffler has been the number one golfer in the world for however many weeks it was, and it said he would have to be the number one golfer in the world until like 2055 consecutively to tie, or 2035 consecutively to tie Tiger Woods' record of number one all the world in a row. And
Yeah.
I was like, that is just nuts to think about. Like,
Yeah.
it's
That's
Like,
so crazy.
If he was up in a tournament, he was not losing. Like, it's just like it was a wrap.
bro,
And if he was only a couple behind,
he had negative betting odds in a golf tournament. That's insane. That means that like the rest of the field has no chance, literally.
that was the joke. Are you taking Tiger of the field? That was always the joke.
It's so
Hilarious.
crazy to me. Oh, good pick, good pick.
Big game, man. Big game guy.
That's
Yeah.
someone that I knew was going to get taken off the board. My point guard.
Yeah, so I just took him first. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. My point guard. The point guard is, like I always say, it's the culture leader in my locker room, and this guy's the giant slayer. We talked about Tom Brady being the guy that is well known as the GOAT in the NFL, but Eli Manning, we want to talk about someone who showed up in big games. You're talking about Eli Manning,
Giant
beat Tom
slayer,
Brady
baby.
twice. I think his performances would be remiss if it went unnoticed on this list. I think the easy ones are out there. I have a couple of the easy ones, the layups, but this guy showed up when they needed him most. And so I think he deserves a nod at the point guard. Oh man, now my shooting guard. I'm glad that you guys gave me this pick because this is one that I was afraid was going to get taken early, and I'm going to go ahead and take it. You want to talk about dominance in their sport? This is arguably the most dominant athlete of all time. She won a Grand Slam while pregnant. Give me Serena Williams. I think.
Wow,
talk about
that's a nice
you
pick.
want to talk
Good
about
one,
big game
man.
performers?
Good one.
She was a winner. She was a winner.
Yeah.
Point blank. Period. I don't think there's much more to say.
That's nice. Yeah, nice. I like that. I'm gonna dip. So for my shooting guard, I'm gonna dip into a realm we never talk about. Because as shooting guard, I need someone that can score. And as far as scoring is concerned, this guy is the actual factual GOAT of scoring. Speaking of stats, I can't remember the exact stats, but I think if you took away all his goals, his points alone would still be the most ever. So give me Wayne Gretzky at my shooting guard.
Nice.
Guy won, I think, 3 or 4 Stanley Cups, but anytime there was a point that needed to be scored, that guy scored it.
A good pick.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Good pick. I was having a hard time making this list differentiating between like a big game player and like a GOAT of the sport. And obviously, if you're a GOAT of the sport, you're going to be a big game player. So I don't know. I was just kind of trying to flip flop. It was tough, but I can't leave this guy off the list. I know you two will respect it, but I think we might get some backlash from some viewers. I have Steph Curry at my 2. You don't win 4 championships. You don't win 4 championships without showing up when needed. And especially that last championship, Boston Game 4. We've talked about it plenty of times, but that's the biggest game of his career, and he did what he did. So that's why I've got Steph Curry at the 2.
Not only in the league, but he was. If you look at his NCAA run, like guy showed up in big games when they weren't supposed to win. So I even considered him for my list too, for that reason. Honestly, more than the NBA stuff because like those.
Yeah.
I mean,
and even in
20-year-old kid, like
yeah, and even in his young NBA career, he went toe to toe with the prime Spurs and took them to 6 games and had like a 40-point game in San Antonio. Like he's been doing it for the longest. So and I know there's plenty of Steph haters out there that will come choke artists and whatnot, but
it feels like a cliche pick, but I don't think it is. So
right. This one might be a cliche pick, but you can't leave this guy off because this guy had the most dominant run in Olympic sporting that we probably will ever see. Maybe, I don't know, but I've got Michael Phelps here.
Yeah, I had him as my
Michael
small
Phelps.
forward as well.
That guy, if he needed the
Yeah, that's
gold,
nice.
he was getting the job done no matter what. He always answered the call. You can't. I don't think you can leave him off a list like this. I really don't.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a good pick.
It's a great pick.
That's a good pick.
It was
I
literally
like
the
I like
same
that.
position, same person that I had. So I
Yeah.
gotta tip the cap.
You had him. Yeah,
Yep.
that's
At the
great
small
minds,
forward.
man.
At small
Great
forward,
minds.
again, yeah, it's Tommy can call me out if I'm wrong, but I feel like this guy was like, for a while there was two guys that was like, it was either this guy or this guy's gonna win, and then this guy came along and he was really the one that like people were waiting for someone to knock them off the ledge, and this guy did it. Give me Novak.
Yeah.
Novak was like the first
Phenomenal
guy
pick.
that was consistently beating Federer and Nadal.
I
no one else
stand
could
on.
beat them.
I stand on. I think Novak is probably the most mentally tough athlete ever.
Yeah.
Dude, those clips of his interview, yeah, it's just crazy.
Tennis is just
Yeah.
tennis is just such a pressurized sport, and he is the king. And Luke's talked about it plenty of times of just finding the loopholes and finding the way to shake off what's happening and get to the next set, get to the next point. Like it's incredible what he does.
Yeah.
And people hate him. People hate him for it, but
yeah, which is crazy because like
you can't knock it.
Yeah, the dude is literally like, I mean, Tommy, you tell me if I'm wrong again, because you're the tennis guy on this program, but like he's great at like the skill portion, but like he's just like, bro, his brain is just nails. Like it's just like it's just like I'm not gonna lose. I don't care if my forehand's better or worse. I don't care if my serve isn't hitting. Like I'm just not gonna lose.
He's the definition of find a way.
Yeah.
And it's not even like
no, that's
like because plenty of people would argue Nadal and Federer were more skilled than him, but he was gonna outlast his opponent every single time.
Yeah.
And when in the period that you're talking about, when them
every
three
time
were like the three, he was the one that it was just like
yeah.
You're
like
not gonna
I feel like
be as
if you
tired
watch
as the,
Federer,
like,
yeah, no, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like Federer played a beautiful game, but like Novak was just like, I don't care. Like I'm just a Terminator. Yeah.
And when it came down to it, like on the back end of Rogers' career, and as Novak was getting older, Novak beat him every time. Like so.
In some marathons.
That's like up here. It's like, yeah, once I did it one time, I figured it out. I know how to do the Rubik's Cube now.
Yeah, the only one is Rafa on clay.
Yeah,
he doesn't lose on clay.
Yeah, different animal.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I really hope he plays the French Open this year. Because he's back, but he just needs to stay healthy. I really hope he plays on that.
Good all right, Luke, what you got for small forward?
I have an audible. Fortunately, I did have Michael Phelps here. My small forward. This is I got to take a basketball pick here. A guy that I feel like doesn't always get his flowers when it comes to big games, but he was known for hitting big shots in big games. And having that swagger about him. I got Reggie Miller. At the small forward. I think.
Yeah, good pick.
Nice.
He never truly got over the hump, but like you're talking about a guy that wanted to show up when the moment was brightest. This is a guy that did that. So,
yeah,
that's why I got
push Jordan farther than anybody did.
Yeah, I mean, and
yeah,
like
that's
one of my favorite
Jordan
30 for 30s too.
Did.
It's super entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a great one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so Reggie Miller at the small forward, at the power forward. This is great that I have this pick too because I thought Tommy was going to take this one as well. During the torture years of being a Giants fan, there was one person that used to take them out that you knew the Giants were going to win.
This is my 4.
Give me Madison Bumgarner, man. Madison Bumgarner.
Oh,
like, you want to talk about a killer? Like it was closeout game. Yeah,
you took my
Mad Bum on the mound.
Or I took your 3. You took my 4.
Like
that's nice.
He was
bro. He came in and pitched relief in the World Series.
2 innings.
Bro, literally, you put him on the mound. It was over with.
Like
there was no game was over. Guy was a showstopper.
You knew it. Everyone knew it. Like if Bumgarner was pitching, they were winning. It didn't matter.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing. It's like a crazy feeling to have. Yeah. We need 3 outs. What are we gonna do? Mad. Just go warm up, bro.
And
Just
the thing that was so crazy about that when they played the Royals and he did that is he started the game before. Like he had
Yeah.
started and won
Yep.
the last game, and
Yep.
they brought him in like inning 6, and they said,
That's
"Go
a-
finish it. Go in.
yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
care. We don't
just
care
need-
if
we
you
need
throw
6
70 more
outs.
pitches. Just do it."
Just a big time
Yeah.
performer, man.
Yeah, like what about looking into your bullpen and like not trusting, like, and then just be like, I'll just throw a starter out there. Just throw the whole bullpen analytics to the wind.
Just like, you are the best. Go.
Yeah, no, yeah,
That's a great pick.
Yeah.
That's a great pick. If I'm taking Phelps from you, I'm okay with you taking Bowman.
Even trade.
man. I'm really glad I was scared that I thought this guy was going to get picked, but I'm really glad he didn't, because at my power forward, this guy is probably the best. I'm pretty confident saying he's the best athlete on my team, probably the best athlete in all of our teams. And man, when it came to being a showman and putting on a show, like his star burned so bright, even though it was such a short amount of time, like he was must watch TV and he always delivered. And that's Usain Bolt.
Hell yeah.
Usain
Great
Bolt
pick.
always delivered in the big game on the big stage. And like he was must watch TV.
Great pick.
I think
Yeah.
the Olympic picks are even more impressive to me because, and like this is why I had Phelps too. It's because they're only on that big stage. Like they obviously have their within their sports, their competitions every so often, but they're only on that big worldwide stage every 4 years. So it's like you don't get to have a chance to be the guy for only those 10 to
Very often.
15 seconds
Like
every
3
4
weeks or
years.
whatever.
And it's
Yeah.
like, that's cool.
Yeah.
To show up and do exactly what everyone anticipated you to do, and if not better, is crazy. Is crazy.
Yeah. And to do it for as long as guys like Phelps and Bolt did
Yeah,
is even crazier.
definitely.
Yeah. No, that's my guy. Usain.
Okay. Luke nabbed my 4 with a great pick. I'm gonna audible here. This is I've got 2 funny ones coming up. I think you guys will laugh at this one. This guy's ice cold, man. Tough as nails. When you need him to finish the job, he finished the job every single time. He won a Super Bowl with his leg. Give me Adam Vinatieri. Adam freaking Vinatieri, man.
That's a really
If
good
you need
pick.
to, like, field goal kickers have a tough job, man. I don't remember which Super Bowl it was, but he had a 50-yarder to win the Super Bowl right down the middle. Like,
really good pick.
to have
nails.
that toughness it's nails, man. It's absolute nails.
To just sit there
And you got to be
for
able to show
however
up.
long in the freezing cold.
Yeah, I'm sure he got iced too. Like, just thinking about it, like, put it right down the middle is awesome.
I didn't even think about
I've
that.
got
That's a good
Adam
pick, Tom.
Vinatieri. Yeah, and at the 5, you guys can tell me I'm wrong, or you guys can flag this one, but this is the guy, man. This is the guy. I've got Joey Chestnut at the 5. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
That's a
but
great
I've got
pick.
Joey Chestnut at the 5.
That's a phenomenal
when you
pick.
need a guy to come around and kill some hot dogs, he's your guy every single time, no matter what.
Might be the most dominant
Unbeatable.
competitor on all of our lists. If we're just talking straight dominance,
He might be, man.
the guy's
Straight
been in his
dominance?
prime for years in terms of hot dog eating.
He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. You've got your competitors that show up and they're like, "Oh, it's his year, and Joey says, "Nah." Joey says, "No, not so
Y'all
fast."
forgot I'm here.
Yeah, no, he may like win every year until he decides to be done. Like, I don't know if anybody's gonna beat him. He's got it down to a science.
He's sicko, by the way.
But
Joey Chestnuts, he's holding it down. He's holding it down in the paint for us.
that's awesome.
Crazy.
At my 5, I've been mixing it up, but I do have a basketball player here. Big game performer. It's in his nickname, Big Shot. And as much as Luke might be sad, this guy, whenever time there was a shot to be made on the line, even back when he was a rookie with the Rockets, he made it happen. So give me Robert Horry, Big Shot Rob.
Definitely had Robert Horry as my walk-on pick, but that's fine.
Yeah, you just didn't give him the love. He needed a scholarship.
He's not a center, so it's fine. I have an
He's
actual center.
6'10".
I have an actual center. As my center. Arguably the one of the greatest college basketball players of all time. I've openly said I'm not a fan of this guy, but my God, was he dominant during his years in college. The Conference of Champions finest. Give me Bill Walton at the 5. Give me Bill Walton at the 5.
Yeah. Yeah,
Guy,
tell Bill Walton on that pick and pop what's he gonna do? He's not popping
What
out
a
there.
guy. What
Bill
a
Walton
guy.
he's a winner, man. Shout out to our guy Anthony Rini as well. Got a shout out from our
I was
very own
actually going to
Bill
say
Walton.
that.
I had to get it in, man. That well deserved
Yeah.
shout out for Aunt Rini.
I could not believe that. Yeah,
the
wow. Good for
Conference of
Ant.
Champions.
No, hey man. Good
When I
guy.
heard,
You
I
know,
just want to shout out my guy Anthony Reed. I
yeah,
was shocked. That was
special
awesome.
character, special guy, special character. Yeah. So give me Bill Walton at the 5. Now at my walk on. Again, I got to make another audible here. I had Robert Ory. As much as it does hurt, it's the truth. Guy showed up time and time again. I have someone again. Like I feel like I'm showing my versatility in this 5. You know, I had a Eli Manning. That's not a pick that people were gonna think of. You know, Serena Williams. We're talking tennis. I had Michael Phelps. You know, I'm gonna go back to baseball. I'm gonna go back to baseball on this one. You got someone whose nickname is literally named after winning when it meant most. I got Mr. October Reggie Jackson as my walk-on pick. You don't get the nickname
Nice.
Mr. October unless you were winning when it meant the most. So I gotta give him his flowers.
It's a good pick. You got good baseball picks.
Yeah,
Well,
that's solid.
well versed podcast host sometimes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hell yeah.
you know, my guy he only needs one name, and then it'll explain everything. So I don't need to go into too much depth because we all know what he did and what happened. But so my walk on, this guy has the heart of a champion. When you need, win or go home, this guy's there for you. He did it multiple times. Give me Cardiac Kimba.
Nice. Nice
That is
freaking
a
pick.
big game performer right there. 6 days
That
in a
is
row,
Yep.
and then 6 tournament games in a row.
that is a big game performer
Cardiac
indeed.
Kimba.
Yeah.
That's my
Shout
walk
out to
on.
him. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
That was a
Great
special
pick,
time in
Jared.
college basketball.
Yeah. Thank you.
I
The
will
best.
also fire off another basketball player as my walk on. This guy's getting a lot of hate right now, and I hate to see it, and it's hard to watch at times. But we can't forget what he did in his prime years and what the shots he was hitting and the performances he was putting up with his back against the wall, especially in Oklahoma City, 2016. Give me Klay Thompson, man. Game 6, Klay.
You're throwing the Homer
Klay
pick
in his
out.
So many
prime.
homer picks.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, man.
Klay in his prime, man. When you needed a big game, Jared knows. When the Warriors needed a big game, he was answering. He
You
was
act like I
always
don't know
there.
too. I was watching the games too, but geez, man, I don't know.
You weren't really watching though.
I have to,
Whatever,
bro.
man.
I
It's
can't.
too late
And
for me to
especially
argue
just
your
with
nonsense right now.
how much hate. Especially with how much hate Clay's getting right now. Someone needs to show him some love. Someone needs
I
to
respect
show him
it. I
some
mean,
love.
it's a homer pick, but I respect
It's 100% a Homer
It's a
pick. That's
homer
all I
pick,
said.
but
That's all I said.
it. Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, I agree with you
Yeah.
guys,
All right.
and I'm okay with it. I'm known for that.
That's facts.
Should have picked Mike Bibby.
Man, that was a good 5. I liked it.
That was a fun one. Shout out to Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, big shout out.
Yeah, shout out Joey Chestnut.
You guys would go. I'm not gonna lie.
But if we're talking about big games, typically every night I'm getting my 50 chips. But if it's a Sunday and I need to win, my putter is going to get the job done. That one wasn't supposed to rhyme, Luke. I know you're looking crazy, but I wasn't trying to rhyme on that one.
It was a haiku.
No.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me needing sleep. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what it is.
Yeah, maybe it is.
We
That's
can
why
chop
I'll
you
wrap
into
it up
that.
quickly.
Yeah.
Episode 80, guys. Episode 80 of our listeners. That's crazy. We're just keep going up. It's awesome. So appreciate you all. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. These are your favorite walk-ons. We're walking out.